the fuck is up, my britches? If you are new here, hello, my name is Brittany. And no, I am not a licensed cosmetologist. I'm going to get that right out there before we get into this video because we are going to be talking about hair tools. And that's the fucking point of this video. I am not a licensed cosmetologist. I'm a hair somewhat enthusiast. I do a lot of things to my hair. I go into looking at products as somebody that has no idea what the hell they're doing. Okay, let's just get that right out there. I'm so excited for this video. I have not been this excited for a video in a really long time because I'm just really excited about this product in general. And I'm going to start this off by apologizing to everybody that does not want to be tempted by products because I fucking love this damn thing, okay? And it takes a lot for me to get, one, excited about products, two, excited to recommend something that's so bougie. But man, oh man, I know a lot of you guys have questions, and that was more of the focus that I wanted to have on this video because I know that there's so many amazing videos on this already. I know some real heavy hitters in the beauty industry have already done videos on this back when it first came out. This is not a new product or anything like that. I've seen, oh god, I remember seeing Tati's video on this. I've seen Chloe Morello do videos, Samantha Ravindal, Nicole Guerrero, people that have a lot of experience, probably more experience than I do with hair especially, but I don't care. I want to still review this. I want to answer your guys' questions. And I'm going to give you the real tea on all the opinions and everything that I have because if you're new here, we like to do real reviews on luxury shit. Because I personally like luxury products, but I'm very nitpicky when it comes to especially price points. I'm very critical of products, and I think you guys all know that if you are familiar with my channel. But if you are not familiar with my channel, I would love for you to subscribe, join the Britches, be a part of the Britch fam, and don't forget to like this video because you guys are going to see a lot of things that are quite different from my typical live streams because, again, if you're new here, this is a live stream channel, okay? I like to do beauty in real time. That way you guys could really see how things work for me. This is going to be a little bit different just because I am going to have some B-roll of just previously recorded stuff, but I wanted to do this live because I know people have a lot of questions. It's a hefty price tag, and we're going to get into all of it. So, if you missed it in the beginning, I am not a licensed cosmetologist. This is just my experience, and that's all that it is. If you don't like it, there's other channels out there for you to watch. So, if you guys have not shared this video yet, also please share. This is how our channel gets out there. And it just gives this information to more people. That way, if more people have questions, if you missed the live chat, you could always leave a comment down below of any questions that you guys have, and I can do my best to answer them. And then I also do have everything linked in the description box below, except for what's on my face. If you have any questions about that, you could leave comments. But I have this linked at Sephora, Ulta, Best Buy. There's so many retailers that carry Dyson. I mean, you have Dyson itself. There's a lot of sales that are going on right now, so that's why I wanted to get this video out. I know the Sephora VIB sale is going on, Black Friday's coming up, holidays are coming up, gift options, all the things. So I'm like, you know what, let's just get this video out there. And again, I wanted to answer your guys' questions as best as I can. So I'm going to hold off any questions until the end of the video. So if you want to jump right to everybody's questions, I want to tell everybody in the live chat, if you guys do have questions, I would love for you to put question in the beginning of your question. That way it kind of signals to me that you're actually asking something instead of me just kind of getting caught up into the chat and just chit-chatting with people like I usually do. I do already have some questions prepared just from Instagram. If you aren't following me on Instagram, we'll get into my Instagram in a minute. But the first thing I wanted to share with you guys is what I paid for this because this is not sponsored. I bought this with my own moolah, okay? I paid $475.19 for the Dyson Complete Collection. I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attachments and also the Dyson itself. So this is everything that you get. You also get a carrying case with it as well. I do have it plugged in just so you guys could hear how loud it is, all the things. I'm going to try to keep this very detailed for you guys. So I wanted to let you guys know this is not sponsored. They do have more attachments as well, but I have not tried those yet, but I do plan on picking those up because of how much I love this. Okay? So there's that for what I paid for it. Now let's get into the attachments that are actually in this thing, because like I said, there's 8 of them and I did not know of all of them. And there's a couple things in here that really did intrigue me, which made me go with this one, because I've been eyeing the straightener, I've been eyeing the hair dryer itself, but then I found out that this has a hair dryer in it. So all the attachments that are in it are right on the screen so you guys can see it. So there's a pre-styler, let's see, pre-styling dryer to get your wet hair damp before curling. I'm just reading everything right off of here. So that's going to be this attachment right here. This is your hair dryer. Okay, so you're getting this. It's super easy to attach. Boom, and there you got your hair dryer. So to take it off, you just click this little button right here, take it off, and then you're on to your next one. You also have the soft smoothing brush for fine, flat hair, creates body and volume, and smooth blow dry. So again, you just push it on here, and you're good to go. You have all your controllers. I'll get into those after I focus on the attachment. So that's what that one looks like. Again, push this down, take it off, and you're set to go. I'm just going from what your guys are seeing, probably this side to this side. So that was this one right here. I'm looking at my viewfinder just so you guys could see it. And then we have the curling wand. So you have 2 different curling wands, but you have different rotations for each one. So for each curling wand, you have 2 options. One's for like which way you want your hair to go, but they're the same size. So you have the 30 millimeter hair wrap, or not hair wrap, 30 millimeter air wrap barrel for most hair types, which is, I believe it's this one. It's the smaller one, which we'll get into what my favorites are, but spoiler, that's my favorite attachment. And then you also have the 40 millimeter as well. It's just a little bit thicker. You get a little bit of a different style. That's the barrel for loose curls or waves and for thicker, coarser hair. And then you also have the firm smoothing brush for thicker, coarse hair, prone to frizz, create straighter style with less frizz. It just looks almost like a hairbrush, but then these right here, like the little claws, if you will, they do move. Like when you brush your hair, these will move depending on which way you're brushing your hair to really smooth out everything. And then the last brush that we have, you're going to see a bunch of my hair in here. We have the round volumizing brush to create volume and shape in finer, thinner, straighter hair. Boom. Just like your normal round brush. See how easy it is to, you know, switch out these attachments? It's super quick. So those are all the attachments that are in the complete set. And then again, you have the carrying case that comes with it. There is another version that's currently available, which is the gift option, which it's going to have rose gold. I have the original, which has the pink, but the gift edition, it has copper attachments instead. And then it's basically like wherever you see pink, it's copper instead for the holiday edition. So as far as I'm aware, the only difference between the two, because I know this was a question that I did see, the only difference between the two is one has a more like compact carrying case. I believe they both come with this big case right here, but I think the gift version also comes with like another gift bag. I don't know, but that is my assumption, but I think all the same attachments still come with the gift guide. Or gift option. You know what I mean. Hello, all my britches in the live chat. I see you guys. I'm trying to get through all this information quickly as possible, just in case anybody hasn't seen it. And then we're going to go through how it works. And then you also can use this just like this. I mean, you could use it as a nice karaoke machine as well. I'm just saying. I remember seeing Tati use this as like her lash glue dryer. So fucking bougie, but why not? I mean, I just think this has a lot of purpose to it. Let's try to get the hair out of the face. Okay, so those are all the attachments. Now I want to get into how I choose to use this. And of course, my phone's ringing. Every time I go live, my phone starts to ring. Okay, so first one I'm going to focus on is the round brush. So I'm going to show you basically how I've used this to style my hair. So all I used is this here, and you're going to see an overlap of how I like to style my hair. So I just pop this on, separate out my hair, and then I'll just go to town. I do find, because you'll see, like, these clips are from when I first started using it, and you're going to see that I initially start with my hair all down. I do recommend using the separation technique, like basically work from the bottom to the top. I do find that that works a lot better. I like to use this round brush, though, every single time that I use this Airwrap, because it just gives me that extra lift up here, because my hair falls really flat because I do have thin hair. Like, you would not guess that I have thin hair based on how my hair looks right now, but this curling brush just gives me that little extra volume, and then it just makes my hair look a little bit more like swoopy. I'm going to show you guys before and afters as well, but you see how I'm like working from the top to the bottom? I do find that it works better when you work from the bottom to the top. Some of these clips are a little bit longer, so I'm going to have to fill in the area there, but I hope you guys are understanding like exactly how I use this. So basically what you're seeing right now, I would encourage you guys to do that first. So I would say the best way for me to use this is I like to basically do my makeup first. My hair is refreshed today, so I didn't wash my hair today. I just sprayed it with a spray bottle. But in the case, like you saw at the beginning of this clip here, I had my hair in a turby twist, but I didn't do my makeup before. I like to get my hair almost as like dry as possible, but you can use the blow dryer attachment as well. That's why I really like that this is in here. But I like using the Airwrap in general when my hair is borderline not even damp. It's like, because your hair will dry as you're styling your hair as well, but I feel like it's still easy to kind of manipulate how, because all you need next to you is a spray bottle. Like if you do something and you're like, okay, I don't like how this looks, you just spray your hair again and you just remodel it. And that's exactly how my hair looks, because I have so many layers within my hair because I have a lot of breakage. That is the finished look that I get when I use just the round brush. I think if I started from the bottom up, I would have gotten a little bit more lift and volume, but this lash keeps falling off. I'm trying out a different glue, and like this lash does not want to stay on. So that was just the round brush only, and now I'll get into the smoothing brush. So me personally, I don't really like these. Me and my thin hair, I don't really see a purpose except for it eliminates frizz a little bit, but like me personally, I could do without this because I have thin hair. I think if you have thicker hair or if you have curlier hair, these you will probably really like. For me, I'm like, I could have easily done without these. If I could have found like a different set without these, with the other attachments that I like, or almost like create your own custom one, I would have loved that. So these here, I'm just like, I don't really need these. But, I mean, they're a nice thing to have. It's just what you would look for depending on your hair type. So, if I were to just dry my hair, I feel like my hair dries a lot smoother with the Dyson as well. But, I don't know, like you saw, I switched it out for the round brush because I'm like, the round brush gives me what I want. This just is like, okay, it serves its purpose. I think the biggest thing that I would use this for is like a refresh. But I still don't really feel like, for me, it's necessary because my hair is very flat. Like, I do not have a lot of volume to my hair at all when I don't actually style it. If I were to just blow dry it, it would be like straight to my head. You guys have probably seen it, but when I do use these, my hair is like super duper straight. Again, I have thin hair. I have a lot of layers from breakage, just the way that my hair is cut. My hair is very unhealthy as well. That's one thing to also keep in mind. Like, as you're watching me style my hair is so unhealthy from all the damage that I have done to my hair. Because your girl is always dyeing her hair, bleaching her hair. I do the fashion color. So I feel like I don't bleach my hair a ton anymore. But man, oh man, did it take a toll on my hair from when I did that before. I just saw a question come in. I'll answer the questions towards the end. So if you could leave that again so I don't have to scroll all the way through. I hope that you guys are liking how I decided to do this, just so you guys could actually see how I use it. But I just, like this round brush, I love that little flip that it gives my, like my ends. I just think it makes my hair look more done. And it's not like over the top, you know what I mean? I think it looks really nice. I do find though, after using this, I need more practice. I need more experience with like the round brush, because I've never been inclined enough to be able to do like a hair dryer and a round brush at the same time. That's why I love having this. Do I think that this attachment specifically is super unique? No. But usually you need multiple different tools. Like you have just your round brush, you have just your curling iron. This you have everything in one. You have just your blow dryer. That's what was so appealing to me about this, is like, you have so many options, and yeah, bitch loves some options. I love it. So this, it's like, I don't think my hair looks extravagant where I love this the most is the curl. Like when I do curls, that's where you're going to be like, oh shit, this is where I understand. And when you see before and afters, like how I used to do my hair versus how I do it now, that's when you're going to see. So I'm just letting this one play out just so you can see like the finished result. Oh, let's see. I also remember you saying you can never do this with a brush and blow dryer. Yeah, I could never. Like, I'm not inclined enough to do that. And I don't mean to pull like a Rare Beauty sort of a situation right now, because I know people were saying this about like the packaging on Rare Beauty. But I do think that if you have mobility issues, this makes it so much easier because this does all the work for you. And then you have all your buttons are right here. You have like how high you want the fan to go. So I'm going to turn this on just so you guys could hear it. It's like low, medium, high. I usually put mine on high, and then you have your temperature control over here based on how hot you want it. But then this little button right here, let me pull you guys in just so you guys can see a close-up of what these buttons actually look like. So this is the main button. This is your power. You have on, and then if you push up, it will blast cool air. So how I like to do it is basically how everybody else says to do it. Initially, I'll go in with the hot air, and then when I'm getting towards the end, because some people have asked, oh my god, this lash, it's always this frickin' lash. Some people have asked, like, how do you know your hair is dry? I can visually see when my hair is dry. So when I see that it's dry and I feel like my hair is warm enough and it really has that shape, I'll blast it with that cool air. I'll turn it off, and then I'll pull out the air wrap. I hope that makes sense. So I think mobility issues, it will make it a lot easier, because especially like a round brush, like you still are going like this to kind of get in your hair, but you're not using like a hair dryer. And if you have mobility issues, and then especially curling, like you don't have to go like this. Sometimes with the round brush I do, but you're not doing this. You're just kind of going. And then with curling, you don't have to wrap. It does it all for you. So I'm going to get into that probably right now, because we did the smoothing brush. Now I'm going to get into the small barrels. Bitch, fuck me up with these small barrels. These are my favorite. I think these are, like, this for my hair is incredible. If you guys want another video on, like, products that I love for my hair, let me know. I could definitely do that. But this is where I get this, like, Farrah Fawcett hair is what you guys always say. I think like Pam Anderson, if I have super voluminous hair, it's because of these and the round brush. Do you see how much I use this round brush just to give me that little bit of a lift? Again, I would say start from the bottom, work your way up. That's one thing that I didn't do here. That's just one thing that I've kind of learned doing my hair. Like today, that's how I did it. I started from the bottom and I worked my way up. Again, this is refreshed hair. This is not freshly washed like this is that you're watching right now. This was, I want to say this was the very first time that I used it. Granted, I had seen videos on this before, but look at how easy this is right now, and look at the curls that it gives. I do feel like you'll see me kind of dropping pieces once in a while. I do feel like your hair can be too wet sometimes. Like if your hair is too heavy, the air will not pull it, or it'll kind of pull it in different ways. Kimberly, we're not talking about politics in the live chat, please and thank you. It's one of those things that I'm just like, I do feel like your hair could be too wet, and I feel like there is like a sweet spot. I honestly feel like this almost performs better when your hair is in refresh mode. Like when I have a light dusting of water on my hair, I think it just grabs the hair so much easier, and it's just, to me, that's like the best way to use it. But I really like to have my hair in a turby twist. I'll do my makeup. I'll take the hair out. My hair's still a little bit damp, but that's why they put this hair dryer attachment. So you can, you can dry your hair if it's a little bit too wet. You don't have to, like if you don't do your makeup, that's what this tool is here for. Or if you want to just blow dry your hair and call it a day, you can do that as well. Let's see. Yes, I do. I just saw somebody ask if I like the smaller or bigger. I'm going to probably answer that towards the end as well. But yeah, this one is definitely my preference because it just gives me so much volume. Like, it's crazy. So like I said, you're seeing me kind of pick up not the most exact application in some spots. Like, you'll see, like, I'll pull a piece of hair. Like, I feel like as you use it too, you figure out, like, how big of pieces to pull as well. Because at first I was trying, like, too big of pieces for certain barrels. I do feel like there is a slight learning curve. I believe that's a question I'll probably answer again later. But guys, I'm telling you, this is the first time that I used it, and I'm like, look at how easy it looks for me to use. That's where, I mean, maybe it's helped that I saw videos previously, but for people to have like the troubles that they did, I was like, I don't know, I felt like this was super easy. And then look at the bounce that my hair has. I would have never had that with like any normal curling iron. No fucking way would my hair look like that. And then the last one that I want to share is a hair refresh. This is basically like how I did my hair today, except with the larger barrels instead of the smaller barrels. So this will be a hair refresh. So I'll basically go in with my dry shampoo first, spray the shit out of my hair because I'm like a savage sleeper. I don't know what goes on. I don't remember what I had done. I think my hair was just up like the day before. I just woke up and this is what I looked like. I woke up like this. Beyonce who? This is me. I'm pretty sure that I had just like a straight, maybe like a round brush day. And then I put my hair up. So that's where you see like the crimps in my hair. So I'll put my hair oil in after my dry shampoo. And then I'll wet my hair with just like a normal spray bottle. Charlie's Angels hair. Oh my God. And then I'll wet my hair. I'll brush through it just so everything's remotely somewhat wet. And this is where I think it's the sweet spot. I think your hair grabs so easy when you have just that light application of water to your hair. And then I just work the water in. I make sure everything is somewhat damp. And this is where I'll section it off. And then I'll go in probably with the round brush. I'm pretty sure that's what I did. I did the round brush and then the large barrels. So I'll just do the round brush to get that volume in there. And then I'll go in with the... Karen, don't call out my pink cardigan, okay? So then I'll go in, round brush to get that volume. And then the long barrels will give you those more... You don't get quite the fullness from the longer barrels. Or the larger ones. Not longer. They're larger. They're like thicker. You'll get more of like a beachy wave type of look. You'll get a similar effect. I do think this is one thing that I noticed because when I would curl my hair before, I used to rotate. Like I would go one way and then the next strand I would go the opposite way. I find that that is a little difficult to do with the Airwrap, but I'm not mad about it because of the results that I get with this. I think it doesn't fucking matter anyways. Like I've tried to do it where I rotated, like I would do a strand this way and then I would bounce over to the other side and pull a strand here and that way I could rotate, but it does take a little bit more time to do that. That's one thing I would say is a little bit better about a curling iron is the fact that you have the ability to go whichever way you want. But then again, you're also beating the shit out of your hair when it comes to the hot tool application. Like when people curl their hair, you see like steam coming off their hair and everything. Like hot tools are not good for your hair. And the fact that I think my hair looks so insanely healthy when I use this, that's what blows me away. And it feels like it's improving my hair in general. I think it's just been it's been an incredible thing for my damaged hair already. And the fact that I could style it to make it look like this, I would have never been able to get the style with a curling iron just for me. Yes. You need an aerosol type of spray bottle. I would love that, but I couldn't find one. I ended up using this. I got this one just because it matched my Dyson. I thought it was cute. I just saw on Ulta they have a kit for thin hair for $4.99. Yes, that's what I think. I think that would have been the best way to go for me, but it wouldn't have had all the options that I wanted either. So I'll get into that actually, I believe, after all these demos. I'm trying to remember like how I had everything structured on here, but I'm pretty sure that was what was coming next, and then like before and afters and stuff. Let's see, Karen says, guys, I'm not encouraging people to get credit cards, but I got mine on sale at Best Buy last weekend. Hubby put it on this credit card. It's my birthday Christmas gift. I mean, I think for me, like I used my Ulta card. If I were to recommend a place to buy it, I personally wanted to buy it at Ulta because I had the 20% off coupon, and then I love Ulta's point system. But I know not everybody has access to Ulta, but Best Buy is price matching. I want to say it was... There, like Walmart is one, QVC, there's some, like I have all the retailers linked down below if you want to check out anywhere. There was one place I think had the complete set for $4.99, but we'll get into the other options as well as we get into it. Let's see. I'm like looking at the chat to see if you guys have questions as this is playing out, but you see it's basically the same thing over and over. It's just a little bit of a different effect because the barrel size is a little bit bigger. This freaking lash glue, I'm like, why is this not sticking to my eye? I hope that's not driving you guys crazy seeing me just sit there and poke it. Let's see. Ulta is having, let's see, every $100 gift card you buy, you get a $20 gift reward. That's exciting. That's kind of cool that they're doing that. Me personally, I'm like, if you see it on sale, I think Black Friday, I would envision like Dyson doing something or more retailers having more sales. But I wanted to get this up because I know a lot of people love shopping at Ulta. So it's like, if you wanted to see how it's just like compared to how my hair is now, it's just a little bit like higher and tighter. Whereas this, when you brush it all out, it's just a little bit more wavy, beachy type of vibe. I like both, but if I were to pick between either which one, I prefer the smaller barrels because I feel like it does give me more volume, because I noticed with the larger barrels, it does fall and it looks a lot more wearable, natural. Whereas this, I think it will look like this all day. That's just the experience that I've had. Oh, let's see. I know. Karen, no, I'm glad that you said that because everybody's financial situation is totally different. So do what you feel like. If this is something you're interested in, I said it in my favorites video because I did feature this there. I said, I'm like, if this is something that appeals to you and you have a family, maybe people would be willing to like throw in all together to get you one gift, or if you want to just say fuck it and buy something for yourself because you deserve it. Whatever the case is, if this is something you've been eyeing, I think it's worth it, but we'll get into that in more detail after the fact. So I do want to go over to my Instagram because I want to show you guys what my hair used to look like before I started using the Dyson, because I feel like this is the best way for you guys to really see like why I enjoy this so much. So looking at my Instagram, you're going to see I wear my hair up a lot. I wear my hair up, or it's half up. It'll be styled on the bottom, but the hair is half up. There's a reason that I always did that, because I could never figure out how to style this, because I have a colic here and then I have a colic here. So I could always style it, and I'm like, I fucking hate how it looks. I would throw it up and that would be it. That's the life that I was living. So like where I have, it'll be this picture right here. That is just my hair blow dried. And that's actually, that might have been even air dried. That's like how my hair usually falls. There's a little bit of shape to it, but not a ton. And then as we move up, you're going to get like the whole Instagram right now. This right here, that was going to be air dried. But I usually like crop off the top of my head in my pictures because I always don't like the way that my colic area looks. And then this is a great picture right here that my cursor's over. I feel like right there you could really see how damaged my hair is. Because there's no life to my hair. That's how I always felt. What gave my hair life was the colors that I would choose to go with. Like that's, I think a lot of the time why I always did those like vibrant colors, because it would at least make it look decent. This was also air dried. Like I feel like that's a good visual of what my hair usually looks like. How it does like the little swoop, but you can see how almost like harsh my hair actually looks. Whereas when you get into the Dyson pictures, you're going to see how smooth it looks. So I'm going to keep going just so you guys could see lots of hair up pictures, lots of hair up, lots of cut off on the dome piece. You guys noticing a trend? That's exactly why. It was because I always hated how it looked. So here, this is I would think where I got into like, okay, we could style our hair now. Let's try using hot tools. I think it looks good, but you could see how harsh the curls look. And this is like me brushing it out with my fingers, brushing it out with, a brush. You could see how it's not smooth. It's very harsh. It's very, I would say it's very edgy. It's very like on brand for me. But even this picture over here, this is the Odin's Eye picture I did. You could see how like scraggly my ends are because I don't get my hair cut like any normal person does. When my sister can cut my hair, she cuts my hair. That's how it is. But there's no life to my hair. And then I'll just keep moving. You'll see a little bit more. I feel like my hair would always look the best when it was air dried. I always felt when I did hot tools, you could easily tell. I'm going to make this picture a little bit bigger. I think I have some before and afters like side by side as we get into it. But you see how this was another instance that I'm like, I fucking hate how the top of my hair looks. Let me throw this silk scrunchie in the top, and there you go. So you could see how you could tell where the separation is on my curls. Like you could tell that I pulled this piece. You could tell that I pulled this piece. part of it is because of how I used to style it, but then another part is because of how much heat would like distress my hair, if that makes sense. That's at least my opinion. That's how I always felt it. By the way, that crop top is fucking fire. I love it. Target! So getting more into more recent, you're going to see I start styling my hair a lot more. Again, it looks cute, but it's not the same effect. It's not the same at all. And then we got into like the crimping. I'm so into that. That's one thing that you cannot get with like this picture right here. I just did like a beach waver. I think that's what it's called. Samantha Ravindal is also responsible for that. I think that style looks so cute. But this picture here, this is the most volume that I've ever had in my hair, probably in my entire life. But do you see how, like, I have a lot of volume right here, I think. But it's like, I think a lot of this is the angle. Like, if I were to look straight at you with this hairstyle right now, it would not look the same. But again, you see how harsh the curl is on the side of my head. So let me get out of this one. And then we'll get into, oh, this bitch got a Dyson. Look at how much different, to me, in my opinion, like this hair fucked me up. I saw this picture of myself and I'm like, damn. Look at that hair. Look how healthy that hair looks. Look at the volume that hair has. It's just, I don't know, maybe it blows me away so much just because my hair's never looked so healthy ever. Ever. I've never been able to look like this in my entire life. I look like I just left the salon. There would be no way in hell that I would ever be able to do that. You see how it, like, even this one, it's like, just that swoop that it has, it all blends together. It looks so nice. You know what? Let's do one of these just for shits and gigs, because I'm so proud of my damn self for making my hair look like that. But you could see right here was when I used the smoothing tool. Like, look at how smooth my damn hair looks. It's like pin straight. That's where I'm like, okay, maybe that's not an attachment that I need. But even, like, it just looks so good, guys. I can't stress it enough. That's where I'm like, the only way for me to show you, side by sides, baby. Who doesn't love a good side by side? So, before, after. It's tragic, I know. But that's what I'm working with. That's where I'm like, this is where the proof is in the pudding. This is where, if I have not said enough about this, I don't know what else to do other than this. This is before. This is just air dried. This is with a round brush. I've been posting these on my Insta story. You see, like, my hair always has that swoop. But on this side, you just see how smooth and just, it looks so natural, so just, it's so basic, but it really does make a difference. Like, that round brush really does make a huge difference for me. And then we have before and after. This would be what I would compare, like, before curling iron, after large barrel. And this was, I believe, a refresh on my hair as well. So, look at that iPhone picture, too. I'm, like, shook. I come through iPhone 12 Pro, and then this would be curled with the smaller barrel now versus before. Just how, I mean, she could fake it till she makes it, but she's going to come through and do some damn things. I don't know. That's just where I'm like, yes, bitch. Maybe the hair color makes it look a little bit different as well. I'll give that the benefit of the doubt. But that to me is where I'm like, okay, this is where I think that this makes the biggest difference, at least for me. Mrs. Unnecessary says, how does it feel soft and healthy? My hair has never felt more soft and healthy in my entire life. Especially for, because maybe not, that's pushing it. Not my entire life. Since I started doing bleaching to my hair, I would get, like, there's this one piece. You would never guess it right now. You'll probably be able to see it if I really pull it out to you. This piece of hair, this is so damaged. It's ridiculous. Like, okay, look at my hair really quick. Let me take these off. Hold on. We're going to get into questions after. There was something else I was going to mention too, and I forget what it was. So you're going to see in my hair, this top layer right here, right? You see all this? This was not on purpose. This is broken hair. This was on purpose. This second layer, this was purpose. Because I have pretty long, thin hair. So it's like these two layers were purposeful. And then this layer up here, this is from wearing my hair up too damn much. So there's that. That's where I'm like, just look at, even when I run my fingers through my hair, it's like, where's the Herbal Essence commercials? You guys remember those? I love it. Okay, let's get into some questions. If you guys remember what I said earlier that I wanted to talk about, I can't remember. That's the only downfall about lives. I'm like, oh, I'll mention that, and then I forgot. All right, so the first question that I got, it says, since it uses air, can you curl your hair when it's damp? Yes. That's literally the purpose of this for me. That was what really sold this. Like, I bought this because of Samantha Ravindell's video. Full stop. That's why I bought this. So, just to give you guys an idea of what I was saying with your hair can be too wet. This look right here, I felt like my hair was too wet because I noticed I would try to pull. I think I was pulling too much hair, and then it would almost like fall out because it was too damp. So I should have dried my hair more in this look right here. You're going to see too, like, it's not going to be perfect every single time, but I feel like that's what really gives your hair so much texture is it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, you could pull a hair and then it might start to pull in other hairs and you're just like, whatever, let it just live its best life. And then when you smooth everything out with your fingers, you're like, oh, okay, we're good. Like, no biggie. So I think that that's one thing that's really nice, but it's important to mention that I do feel like there is a learning curve and it will take you a little bit longer. Not that you can't do your hair when it's a little bit more wet. It's just going to take a little bit longer because your hair has to dry longer. But again, that's why they put this little blow dryer attachment. Oh, that's Tracy, I want your hair color. I did it myself. Oh, let's see. Kelly. That's why I wear shit up all the time. My hair takes forever to do. Same. Now, my hair today, I feel like refreshes do take a little bit longer because it's like, okay, I gotta wet my hair. I'm gonna spray like thermoprotectant in it. Like, I feel like there is a little bit more, but then again, it doesn't take nearly as much heat or as long to dry either. I feel like that's one thing that I really do love about this too, is it's so easy to refresh your hair. Because it's a simple spray it with water, brush it out, and if you're like, okay, I don't like how that looks, it's not like you have to blow dry it again, you have to hot tool it again. It's spray it really quick, let's try this again. It's so much easier than anything else I've ever used. By the way, did you guys like this video yet? I'm just letting this play out just so you guys could see how, like, this is just a little bit too wet, and this is with the longer barrels. So you're going to see the curls are a little bit more loose. You know, I'm trying to look in the chat if you guys remember what I said that I was going to talk about earlier, because I don't. Oh, let's see. Have you heard people with naturally curly hair loving it too? I'm afraid of a frizzy puffball. I feel like it's hard to say because I don't have that hair, but I think that's why they put in these attachments, because if you have frizzy hair, this will help with the frizz. This will help with straightening it out. Like, if I had, I would say, curlier frizzy hair. But that's the beauty of return policies, guys. If you get it and you love it or hate it, you can keep it or return it. I feel like every place that is linked down below has return policies. But I would say you'd probably want to go in with this first and then maybe spray it if you wanted to curl it. Because I think this will, like I said, smooth it out. But then if you wanted to curl it, spray it with a little bit of water or even some sort of like wet substance like a thermal protector or something. You'd be easily able to get that curl that you were looking for. And then I usually just run my fingers through my hair. And then if it's like, okay, I want to do a little bit more, I'll brush through with just like a shine brush from the wet brush. And this is like my go-to like day-to-day type of look. Because it's like, oh, I tried a little bit hard today, but I didn't try too hard. I tried a lot harder when I have, you know, the other barrel. So there's that. There's a little demo of how I think it could be just a little bit too wet. The next question was, what are my favorite attachments? My favorite attachments are the curlers. Where'd my round brush is here. The round brush for volume. I really, really like this for volume. I am still getting used to it, but this would be one of my favorites because I feel like it does make a difference, especially for this, like, especially for my cowlicks. But then I love both of these. You can see the size comparison. If I were to choose between the two, I would go with the smaller just because it's like, holy shit, volume. But on a day-to-day basis, I would go for something like this. But I really love the fact that I have... Oh, I know what it was that I was going to talk about. I was going to show you guys the different gift sets that they offer. So I would say the curling wands. I mean, I really like, too, that it has a hairdryer because who doesn't always need a hairdryer? I'm just going to say, the two attachment that I don't need are these two here. I don't need these just because of how my hair personally is, but I do think that if you have a different hairstyle than I do, you would really enjoy having those. And then it's like, here's the thing. This is my thought process behind it. I know not everybody's going to be the same. If you're already spending $400 something, what's another fucking $50 at that point? Like, put it on my tab, fuck it. That's me. Not everybody's like that, but that's how I am. And I just be like, you know what? That way I at least have them. I have them. They're there. Maybe somebody will come over and they're like, hey, will you do my hair? I have them. Not that that ever happens, but you know what I mean. The next one was, do I use all the attachments? The only two that I don't really use, I use for the purpose of this video, were these two. I don't have a need for them just because my hair is so flat and thin. It has like a slight wave to it, but not really. I feel like since my hair's gotten longer, the wave has kind of gone away. The next question was, is it easy to switch out the pieces to go from left to right, or do you have to wait until they cool down? So what you want to do is, say if I wanted to switch this to one of these, it's literally this fast. You want to grab it from this little, it looks like a nipple. Grab it from this nipple, so you'll just go, whoop, and you're good to go. It's literally that easy. So it's like, it might take you a little bit more time. It'll be a little bit warm depending on how long you have it going in your hair for, because that's another thing you have to consider. It's one of those things though, like, it'll be warm. But here's the other thing that I really like about the hair wrap is I could put this, since you have the cool shot so conveniently next to your finger, I can rest this right on my head, because even though it's a cool shot, it's still drying your hair. So I'll usually just set it right on my dome piece. I'm just like, okay, you can never do that with a curling iron because you're going to burn the shit out of your scalp. I can't tell you how many times I've burnt this little area right here. So many times. This, I just make sure the cool shot's going the whole time and I'm good to go. Or I'll have the warm going until I start to feel it get a little bit spicy. And then I'll just be like, yep, cool shot. And then occasionally I'll go maybe back, because all you have to do is let go of the button and it'll go back to the warm. So there's that. It's super easy. So you got, boom, and that's it. And then you can even use it like this, like I said, if you want to, dry your lash glue like Tati. The next question was, how do you make sure your roots are dry, but the mid ends of the hair are still damp enough? I feel like that's never a problem that I've had within all the times that I've used this damn thing. In the brief time that I've had this, I have never had that issue, just because I feel like it still works. Even if, because there's some pieces I did today, I'm like, ooh, I don't know if those are damp enough. It still curls it. It still does it. So I'm like, if you're drying your roots and you feel like your hair is too dry, just spray it with some water and proceed. It's literally that easy to adjust that. The next question is, what's the difference between the original and the copper version? I believe the only difference is the copper version has that extra gift bag and it's a different color. I think that's the only difference, but I could be wrong there. If you guys have questions in the live chat, you could feel free to leave those now. I see a couple in there, so I will I'll hit those after I get through all these ones. Is the hairdryer attachment on the Airwrap good enough, or do you need another hairdryer? You do not need another hairdryer whatsoever. I think you could easily dry your whole head with just this. If you think of, I know a lot of people have the fans from Dyson that look just like this. It's the same thing. It's a hairdryer. And I think, if anything, this is one of the most quiet hair dryers that I've ever owned. I've owned a Chi. I've owned, oh my god, I usually just get the cheap ass ones for like $20 from like Conair that are so incredibly loud. But this one to me is a lot quieter. That's just another thing that I've noticed as well. The next question is, does it work for thin hair? You guys tell me. Because in my humble opinion, yes, it does, because I have thin hair. Does it feel heavy? Not at all. Not at all. I have... if I were to compare it to something that's right in front of me, I would say it's like comparable to like... It's maybe a little bit heavier than like a bottle of hairspray. It's not heavy at all. At least to me, it's not. Let's see. What's the next question? Would it work for really thick curly hair? I don't have that, so I don't feel comfortable saying yes or no. I would imagine yes, because I've seen videos. I would recommend, if you have a different type of hairstyle than I do, try to find more videos, because like I said, this has been out for a while. So many people have done videos. I would try to find somebody with your hair and then see it applied or demoed on somebody with that type of hairstyle. I would say that for any other hairstyle that's not like long, thin hair, you know? How long do your curls last after you style it? I think I usually have to wash my hair like every day. I haven't had to wash it as often. I feel like I can't go more than like 2 or 3 days though. But I feel like I still need to refresh my hair, but the curls are still there every single day that I've done it. They're just not as like I feel like even since I started this video, like they do fall, but I'm also not using like a super heavy hold. This is just like, I don't know, this says a maximum hold spray, but to me, this is not maximum. I have other hairsprays that feel way more like, I think if I went to town, maybe it wouldn't fall so much, but it does fall. But I think a few days, I would still see it, but I haven't. That's not the life that I live. I have to wash my hair very, very often just because of like my job and stuff. How long do the curl... Did I just put that one on there? Or did I put the... Oh, yeah. How long do the curls last? I would say a couple days. They're going to fall just a little bit. How do you feel about straightening brushes? Me personally, I don't think that I need them. I feel like I've answered a lot of these questions already. Is there a learning curve? I do think there is a slight learning curve. I think the more that you use it, the easier it gets. I think you'll just start seeing like, oh, okay, maybe I should start from the bottom and work your way up. That was one thing that I learned. I think it was, okay, your hair maybe needs to be a little bit more dry. Like, because I would think damp, and I would think like fresh out of a Turby twist. And I think when I do my makeup, because my makeup usually takes like 45 minutes, then when I take it down, it's usually fine. But I think almost like, you might even think your hair's too dry, but it's not. That's another thing that I've learned. And then, like, learning how big of pieces to take. I think that's another thing that I've learned. So I think that there is. And then even the top of my hair, I think I've also started to do it a little bit different. Just because I want to try to figure out how... Because I have a cowlick back here as well. And I want to try to get it so, like, the back goes backwards and stays there. But that's one thing, I think, since I have the cowlick back there, I don't know if that will be ideal for me. This is very pricey. What's the next best option for a hair curler? I don't know of anything else on the market that's like this, that you have all of these options in one. I think if you're... Remo's barking. I'm sorry, guys. If you're looking for a hair curler... It's going to be a totally different experience because it's so much different when it comes to your hair. Like, I have all sorts of curling wands that I will probably never touch again just because this is so much better for me. So, as far as what I think will do the exact same things that all of this does, there's not a fucking thing on the market. This has so much more to offer than any curling iron ever will. Just because you have a hair dryer, the round brush, you have everything instead of having to buy... several different ones. Somebody must be outside because Remo! If you don't style your hair that much, is it still worth the price tag? I never used to style my hair. I used to loathe styling my hair. I enjoy doing my hair so much now. Like, I never used to look forward to doing my hair. I'd be like, oh my god, I already did my makeup. I'm fucking over it. My hair's gonna look like shit. I never used to style. You saw it on my Instagram. I used to just throw it up, or I would style it partially because I would never like how it looked. It's worth every fucking penny, in my humble opinion. Do you think it's less damaging than a curling iron? Yes, 100%. Just with the short amount of time that I've used this, and the difference that I notice with not using hot tools every single day. Because don't get me wrong, like, this is still a hot tool, but you're literally cutting your time in half, because this is doing two things at once. It's drying your hair and styling it. It's not, you're drying your hair completely to go in with another hot tool to hot tool your hair. This is doing everything at once. So to me, it's a lot less damaging, in my opinion. Do you think it's worth the price? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Oh, let's see. Do you think there will be a better deal than 50% on Black Friday? I would imagine that there would be. I'm scrolling back up to see what other questions that you guys had. I would imagine that there would be more sales, but I also don't know. Tracy said Bed Bath & Beyond carries Dyson as well. I do have Bed Bath & Beyond linked down below as well. Oh, let's see. Question I saw. I think this was the first one that I saw. If you guys have any other questions, oh shit. Hold on. I gotta pull that one back up. If you guys have any other questions, I'm gonna go back through the chat. How heavy do you feel it is to hold? A pound, maybe? I don't know. Like, that's... I think it's comparable. Like, I think it's a little heavier than, like, a bottle of hairspray. It's not heavy whatsoever. Not heavy at all. Let's see. Question. Do you think the longer barrels works better with longer hair? Probably. I think the longer... I think that was the purpose of them. I know Nicole Guerrero did a video reviewing the new attachments. I would check out that video, but I'm pretty sure the longer barrel is better for longer hair. I'm pretty sure that's why they I'm pretty sure that's why they designed those. Britches Bar doing Britches Bar and blowouts. That's fucking everything, Karen. Oh my god, I love it. Kara's here. Hi, Kara. I'm going through the chat to see what you guys are saying in the chat, what questions you guys had. Oh, I think I went up too high. Okay, question. What products do you use alongside with it? Do you get? I'll just tell it. Okay, so I use a bottle of water. I use hair brushes, wet brush. I've got the Shine brush and my Beauty and the Beast brush. This is when my hair is wet. This is when my hair is dry. I use the Kenra. This is the Platinum Finishing Spray Maximum Hold Hairspray. To me, I'm like kind of surprised that it's maximum hold, but that's just me in my opinion. I'm also using the Way leave-in conditioner. If my hair is wet, I spray this to detangle my hair. This is the one I've been using. Look how much I've used already. I use this every day. Like anytime I shower. Yep. The dry shampoo I'm also using is from Way. I purchased this little gift set. There's a... Oh, the detox shampoo. That was the third item. This was the gift set that I picked up. Actually, I picked up one for the giveaway as well and coming in December. But I've been using this one. It's not my all-time favorite dry shampoo, but I bought another one of those gift sets so I could have another full size of the detangler spray. I haven't used this that much, but I really do like this just to give me a little bit more volume. The Aquage C-Extend Ultimate Color Care with Thermal V Volumizing Mist. I get this at Cosmoprof, but I think Ulta carries it. I get a lot of this stuff at Cosmoprof. I also use the Kenra Platinum, the Blow Dry Mist, ultra lightweight thermal protectant. I got this at Cosmoprof as well. And then for my hair oil, I've been using the Kerastase Elixir Ultimate. I'll link these all after the fact. I wasn't planning on featuring those today, but I'll link those all after the fact, just if you guys are interested in those. But those are all of the products that I use. Oh, I had one more, but I can't find it. But it's like a volumizing gel, but I don't think it's necessary at all. I don't think any of these products are honestly necessary, except for, like, well, that's a lie. That's a lie. I would say, if I were to need something, I think it's always smart to use a thermal protectant, hair oil, 100%, and then I do think you're going to want a blow dry, like a finishing spray or some sort of a hairspray to really hold the curl. But if you're not concerned about it holding, if you want it to kind of fall throughout the day, I don't think you need to use a hairspray. And then a dry shampoo if you're refreshing your hair, and then a detangler if you, need a detangler. But But I think these are the main three, especially like the hair oil. I put my hair oil in every single day. Oh, let's see. What other questions did you guys have? I'm just looking for the ones that say question in the beginning. Kimberly's telling you guys to like the video. Yes, thank you. Oh, let's see. Margie's asking, question. Karen has said it's not heavy. How would you describe it? Yeah, like I said, I think it's most comparable to this one. Oh, I think I saw you say earlier that that I answered it already. Do I put a heat protector on beforehand? Yes. Sometimes I forget, but I try to. Oh, let's see. If you guys have any more questions, let me know, and then I'll actually finish off the video with pulling up. I'll probably pull up just like the Sephora website. Thank you, Kimberly. I think it's worth it because when I do my hair, it looks like it was done in a salon. Completely agree. Like, would you guys guess that I just left a salon? Because I fucking would. 100%. Oh, Leah Janae's here. I just bought this off Ulta a couple weeks ago. Excited to use it a bit more. Yes, girl. So does that mean you're going to do a video too? Keep your eyes peeled. Go harass Leah Janae for a video. Let's see. Cindy, completely agree. Just think of all the clutter and cords you're going to get rid of. Yes, 100%. This purchase makes me want a Dyson vacuum and a Dyson air purifier. Oh my gosh. I do kind of want the straightener still just to have a straightener, but I don't really think I need it. Mrs. Unnecessary says, do you say it would be beneficial for people? I think so. I don't have mobility issues, but I only think so in the sense of, like, especially with a round brush. Like, I would just imagine if you had mobility issues, doing this and also, like, doing a lot at once, I think would be really difficult. Wrapping your hair around a wand, I could see that being very difficult. And then just the convenience of all the buttons here. Like I said, I don't want to have like a rare beauty situation. It wasn't designed to be that way or anything. It's just one thing that I thought of. For me, I don't have mobility issues, but I can't grasp like how to do all of that at the same time. I don't know why. I've just never been able to do it. So that's where I personally say that. Dyson didn't say that or anything like that. It's just something that I thought of. Oh, let's see. How long from start to finish to complete? It depends on how wet your hair is. It depends on how many times you section your hair. I do find that I like to section my hair 3 times to kind of get like the longer pieces, the mid-tone pieces, and then the shorter pieces. I think it depends on your hairstyle. It depends on the thickness of your hair. For me, I would say on average, it's like 15 minutes to blow dry and style my hair. Normally, it would take me 30 minutes minimum. And I wouldn't even like the way that it came out. That's just a me, in my opinion, / experience. Josephine asks, I don't know if you mentioned it or not, but does the air go in or out when you are using the round brush? Because I saw a video saying the air, I think it depends on how you're finessing it. I would imagine it goes out, but I don't know because I didn't design it. But I do notice like sometimes my hair will flip out, but then I'll just make sure I'm just going like this so my hair stays in there, you know? But I did notice that because sometimes it will go out a little bit. Let me see. I think I just got to the bottom. Let's see. Amazon has these little caddies you can buy at the store, all your attachments in your bathroom so you don't have to lug around a big suitcase. I'll have to look that up. Ooh, that's interesting. I don't know. For me, it's 100% worth it. And then the final question that I had on my Instagram, this was from Heather Austin. If someone came and stole my Dyson from you, would you repurchase? Abso-fucking-lutely, I would. Hands down. If money was no object, not even if money was no object, like, I would save up, if like they robbed me blind, I had no money, no nothing, I would save my money because I don't think this is a necessity. This is, if you want to kick your hair game up just a little bit more, I would 100% go out and buy it immediately. Yep, 100%. Oh, let's see. My hair, oh shoot, I always forget to, hold on, I gotta pull that up again. I forget that it has to, I gotta take that off. My hair doesn't hold curl very well. Do you think it's better because it goes from wet to dry? That I'm not sure. I would like to think my hair would hold it okay. If anything, I think my hair goes from like a very like, ooh, va va voom curl with this to a very like natural type of curl. I don't think it holds this curl stellarly all day long, but it'll start to fall a little bit, which I feel like is normal. But I'm not sure. I think it's going to depend on your hair. I think that's very personal. So for me, I think my hair holds it. I think my hair holds this better, but I'm not sure as far as like if it's better or worse. I just think overall my hair just looks fucking better. Josephine, it's okay. So last call for questions, and then let me pull up my, I'm going to pull up the Sephora. I'm going to pull up Sephora just because I feel like that's where most people that are watching me are shopping right now. And then I'm going to pull up the different types of, oh my God, this Rakuten freaking plugin drives me crazy. The different types of styler sets, because there is multiple different ones that aren't as expensive. But like I said earlier, for me, I'm just like, I'm already spending this amount. Why, like, go big or go home, bitch. But again, that's just a me personal preference thing. So pulling on the Sephora website, you're going to see there's the complete styler set, which this is what I have. It usually retails for $5.49. I know, so fucking expensive, it's nuts. They also have a smooth and control styler for frizz-prone hair. So you've got both the curlers, and then you have the hair dryer, and then you also have one, I think this is the firm smoothing brush. I don't have that type of hair. If this appeals to you, this might be an option that you would consider. There's also the volume and shape styler for fine flat hair. For me, I can't tell if this has... Wait, let me go back to that. Like, does that have both? Yeah, that has both sizes. For me, this looks like it's missing one of the curlers. I would rather switch this because it has the, it has this in here. The smooth styler. I wish that they would put, so they got the hair dryer. It looks like the smaller barrels, the round brush, and then this right here. I wish that they would take this out and put the other, like the thicker barrels in there. That would be the perfect set for me. Like I said, take that out and put the other curler in. That would be the best one. And then you have the holiday set, which you have, that's a little gift bag, I'm assuming. I'm pretty sure that's the only difference because this is what the inside, that copper is fucking fire. However, I do kind of wish that they, because I know they also have videos, like you can see down here too, guys, like people's before and afters. This is what, depending on what type of hair you have, there's demos and like there's so many videos and stuff. As far as for the new attachments though, let me try to find those really quick because I wish that since they were doing this like this copper set, because they have those new attachments that are just a little bit smaller. I'm actually going to screen share again just so you guys can see which ones I'm talking about. So you've got, it's next to the straightener, the two attachments next to the straightener, and then the one on the bottom. Those are newer. They're designed to be smaller. I wish that they would put a copper option for those as well. That way everything still stayed the same. That's just a me being a picky bitch sort of thing. Because I feel like a lot of people are going to get that, like, that holiday set. It's so nice. I would have bought that if it was available at Ulta when I bought this, but I was just like, I don't want my 20% off to expire. So I panic bought and I just said YOLO and did it. Okay, I'm going to search really quick through the chat, see if you guys have any last questions. And then we will be done for the day. Oh, Kelly, thank you for being here. Karen, I want the straightener still too. Karen, you deserve it. I love it. Well, other than that, guys, that's all that I had. If you guys have any more questions about this video, I tried to keep this as detailed as I could with keeping this a live stream. I hope you guys like the before and afters. Please keep in mind, I am not a licensed cosmetologist. I'm a hair enthusiast. I do my hair myself. This has just been my experience with it, my money, my opinions. And everybody can have differences in opinions. You could think it's worth it. You could think it's not worth it. That's totally fine. If you have any other questions, just leave them in the chat or the comments down below. I almost said the chat down below. Leave them in the comments down below. If you guys do decide to purchase this, I do have all the links down below. If you guys found this video helpful, I would love it if you guys use those links. They are affiliate links. They do support my channel. And they will help support me pay this bitch off. Because She's spency. And you can also, Kimberly says, you can use your Ulta points as well. Yes, you can. Another thing, if you're going to buy the Dysons, use Rakuten app to get some cash back. It doesn't matter from what retailer because they offer nice cash back percentage. Yes, I did see, I think Ulta has 6%. I'm so happy with this purchase. Like I said, if I were to lose everything, I would either, if I still had like leftover money, I would 100% buy another one. If everything was robbed to me and I had nothing left to my name, I would spend some serious time saving for one, or I'd be like, hey fam, I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have family that probably would be willing to do something like that. I know not everybody's situation is the same, but that would be something I'd be like, I would love this for Christmas. Like, if everybody wanted to pitch in and buy me something, throw it all together, and that'd be it. Like, it's just one of those things. I know not everybody's situation's the same, like I said. But, yeah, I would 100% recommend it. I would buy one over and over again. I'm repeating myself at this point. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, don't forget to thumbs it up. Share it out if you know anybody that's been considering one of these, or if you want to just send this to your loving significant other and being like, hey, I think you should watch this video and see what a difference it's made for her, and that's the life that I want to live. So let me get this. You know, and then I'm sure Karen Harris, are you going to be doing a video on this as well? Because I know Karen just got this off of my recommendation as well. I just got robbed, but at least my hair looks great. Exactly. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I do appreciate it when you guys like, share, all the things. Share it on your other socials, and I will see you guys in my next one.